everybody, and welcome to quarantine day. Oh gosh, I don't even know what it is. It's got to be 30 or 40 by now. Anyway, don't have a whole lot planned for today, but I am going to make dinner. I'm going to have some lunch right now, I think. But in the meantime, why don't you take a look at this view off of our deck. It's very quiet out, except for the birds. I think I may have actually found another project for myself at some point. These chairs are starting to rust again. And actually, they rusted about 7 or 8 years ago, and I completely stripped them down and put new paint on them. And they look brand new. But sitting out here, oh my God, look at all those flies. That's one thing about living in the country. This time of year, when all the manure goes down, you get a lot of flies. Eek. Anyway, yeah, these I think need to be resanded and then repainted. I think Michelle wanted to get new furniture, but with everything going on with the pandemic, funds are a bit tight right now. And another thing, I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but on the greenhouse, let's see if I can point to it. Right there. I need to replace that panel really badly. Maybe we'll do that today. What do you think? It really is slim pickings in our refrigerator for stuff for lunch. So I think I'm going to assemble myself a sandwich. I've got some 647 from Schmidt. It's a low-carb bread. I'm going to use one slice of that. Got some yellow mustard, some smoked deli ham. We picked this up as the pandemic was starting to kick off, and that's about all we have for lunch meat. Got a little bit more underneath here, but that's about it. Got some cheese that we sliced up, and some Pringles. I hope there's some left. Yikes! There's not many in there. That is at the bottom. Okay, let's make a sandwich. Can never have enough mustard. Let's go with 2 slices of ham. And 1 slice of cheese. Oh, I just remembered something else in the refrigerator. Hold on a second. Some sweet pickles. Let's see if I can fold this. Perfect. Not really. I'm sure it'll taste good though. Just a couple of pickles. Just a couple. Oh, there's more chips in here than I thought there was. That's good enough. I'm really not doing low carb anymore, but I don't want to overdo it. At least for now, anyway. So what are you guys doing for your lunches? It's got to get kind of boring eating the same thing over and over and over again every day. Cheers. Not bad. Got some H2O here. Just came out of my freshly fixed refrigerator. Freshly fixed? My newly fixed refrigerator. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. chip. Pickle. Good lunch. If you guys wouldn't mind, leave a comment below about what you guys are doing for your lunches while you're stuck at home. Maybe I can get some ideas. Michelle is actually at work today. Connor's upstairs playing video games, and I'm just sitting at the kitchen table here talking to a camera. Yeah. Need to come up with some new recipes to cook. We've eaten out a couple of times the past week. We're trying to help local businesses, but we're gonna have to start cooking more. We have a lot of food in the freezer and the refrigerator, but kind of getting sick of making the same thing over and over and over again. I think this is the first time that I've vlogged eating lunch and talking to the camera. I hope it's not terribly disgusting. Need to get out of the house, like actually get out of the house and do something where everybody's not running around with a mask on, you know, like get back to normal. I'm sure this is driving everybody nuts. Not to be a downer or anything, but I read this afternoon that Maryland had, I think, almost 100 deaths last night or today or whatever, whenever they start adding up the totals. And then almost 1,000 new cases again. So we're not on the downside at any point yet. Anyway, and there's the zip code right next to us didn't have any cases. The zip code that we're in has no cases as of today. The zip code right to our south where I went to the bank had like 8 or 10 cases. Well, the zip code that's to our east today just showed up with 8 cases. So I feel like we're being closed in. We're being surrounded by COVID-19. It sucks. It really does. I want the numbers to go down and disappear so that everybody can get back to their normal lives. My life, not so normal, but you know what I mean. I don't think I should have put the pickles on the plates with the Pringles because they got all soggy over here. These chips are kind of soggy. But these things, man, they just like disintegrate if they get wet. By the way, if anyone would like a delicious sweet pickle recipe, let me know in the comments below and I will do a video on these. I don't think I've made a vlog of making these pickles yet. I did applesauce, I did breakfast sausage, but I don't think I did these pickles. They are so easy to make and they are so delicious. Very good. So the farm behind us looks like he's going to be spraying probably weed killer on the field out there. Now a couple of years ago he sprayed when it was quite windy, not rather windy, but quite windy, and it killed about half of my strawberry patch. So I'm just gonna watch, make sure everything's all right. Do you know that those things are GPS guided so that they don't spray over in an area that's already been sprayed? I don't know if you guys can see it, but only one boom is spraying right now because the other one... Oh, there, the other one just kicked on now because it's hitting an area that has not been sprayed. Let me tell you something, the zoom on this Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is amazing. I'm hand holding this. And he is pretty far up, and I'm shooting this through glass too. Okay, for dinner we are going super easy. Last year, right before Christmas, I made a couple of trays of lasagna. This is the last one. I'm hoping that it's going to be okay. It has a lot of ice on it. But anyway, I make a pretty daggone good homemade lasagna. Got the recipe from my dad. He made really good lasagna too. But anyway, I'm going to throw this in the oven. It is a solid block of lasagna. Still smells really good. Alright, into the oven we go. 350 degrees for... Oh, our oven light isn't working. Gonna have to work on that. Something else to fix. Gives me something to do, right? 350 for, I'm gonna say 2 hours, because it is frozen solid. See you in a couple hours, little lasagna. Check it out, all the frost is melting away. Oh, it's hot. I think I might have enough of that panel to fix a couple of pieces of it that's down on the greenhouse. Yeah, cool. I didn't realize I had this much left over out here. Oh, and I even have some sheets to lay on top of it. Maybe. Let's see. I think the lasagna may have sat in the freezer a little too long because all of the cheese on top is like freeze dried or something. It's like lost all of its moisture. And I should have cooked this with the cover on as well, but with the cover, with an aluminum foil or a cover on it. But we didn't have either. Hopefully the crispness of the top, the crispness the crispness of the top doesn't affect the rest of the lasagna. It looks and smells delicious though. Can't wait to have it for dinner. So let's grate some cheese for the lasagna. Shall we?
Where's the butter?
Butter? Butter does not go in cheese.
Butter goes on bread.
We don't have bread.
I'm just gonna eat that.
You're just gonna use the regular sliced bread? Great.
I'm out.
Bowl.
I don't know.
The sunlight is bright. What kind of cheese are you grating, Michelle?
Asiago.
Asiago, yum. The top is a little crispy.
Ready for the gooey
Reveal. There's not much goo. It's hot though.
Perfect. Do you want an end or a middle?
Middle, please. Oh yeah, look at that. Thank you, dear. Let's get a close-up of that. Whoa. Oh, come on, you're skimping now.
Oops, sorry.
So this is my lasagna. Can you find it? Probably not. I like a lot of grated cheese on mine. We should have did a salad too.
I don't have any lettuce.
No lettuce. Bummer. Hey, check out our HHN 2019.
19?
It's 2019. HHN 29.
Alright, that's unedible.
Well, I think everybody enjoyed the lasagna. What do you think, Connor? Good. Shell?
Fantastic!
She scared me. Now we have leftovers for the rest of the week.
Yay, I hate cooking.
That looks pretty gross up close. Yeesh. About as far as I got to fixing this today was taking the stuff down out of the shed.
Well, that's step one.
That is step one, yes. Well, maybe tomorrow, or is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
Yes. In the evening, I think.
Maybe the next time it doesn't rain, we can do this. 'Cause I'm talking to the camera. I'm talking to everybody on YouTube, and I'm talking to you too. But I can't see you, just like I can't see them.
How do you know we're racing?
I don't know if anyone is here at all. The grapes are starting to bloom. Here's that evil vine again. It is trying to come back out of the ground. Everywhere. I'm going to be trimming that again soon. This stuff grows so fast. I literally just cut this, what, a week and a half ago, and it's already grown like a foot. Oh no, one of the strawberry flowers is dying from freeze damage. Probably not going to get a strawberry off of that. There's another one right there. Well, it's evening now. We just had dinner. And I thought I'd show you guys something that I'm going to be working on as soon as I can get up to the camper again. Actually, I got two projects for the camper, installing equipment for it. But this one it should be relatively easy to install. Anyway, let me show it to you guys. So on our old camper, one of the first things that I installed was a digital thermometer for the heater. This one, this new camper that we have came with a analog thermostat for the air conditioning and the furnace. Anyway, so on the way back from Indiana, we were actually having some problems with the main one for the living room area, and it was kind of clicking and making some weird noises. So I did some research, and I wanted to replace it with something that would work for both the air conditioning as well as the furnace, and be digital, and also be able to control the high and low fan settings in the living room area. The ones that you buy at like Home Depot and Lowe's, you can make them work, and that's actually what I did in our old camper, but you lose the low fan function without making more modifications to it and adding a switch and all, and I just didn't feel like going through it. So anyway, I picked this up online. It was delivered about a week ago, and it is the, as you can see there, it's a Bluetooth thermostat. It's quite small, and I'm going to have to cover up the holes in the wall. This is model number 9430-3543. I've actually already opened this to take a look at it. Anyway, there it is. It's quite small for a thermostat. Got all the wires coming out. I believe this is for the furnace? Air conditioning controls? I don't know. But anyway, so our camper does not have plugs. It's just got, it just has crimps on there. So I'm going to wind up cutting these wires and then connecting them to the same color wires using probably Wooho wire connections. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. Let me show them to you. Okay, so when I was doing some renovations at home, I decided to buy these to give me more room inside of electrical boxes and light fixtures and all that kind of stuff. This is a kit, comes with different sizes. These are pretty awesome. They've been used in Europe for a long time from what I understand. These are UL listed, all that good stuff, CE listed. So the way it works, typically like this kit here comes with the wire nuts. So you would just put the two wires after they've been the insulation has been trimmed off of them. You would slide the two wires into there and then, you know, twist them together and then twist this on and give you a somewhat secure connection. You should use black tape on it after, electrical tape after you're finished with it. With these, actually what you do is just open up these doors, these little levers. You just slide the wire in after the insulation has been trimmed off of it, and then you just close it, and then close that one, and then you've got your termination. And these hold very, very well, and as you can see, they're tiny. And the really nice thing about it, not so much with the using these wire nuts. Let me show you the size comparison here. So that's your typical wire nut for a small gauge wire, and that's the Wooho or Wago. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. So the size is a little bit smaller than this. But let's say you have an electrical box and you've got 4, or let's say 6 wires, 6 wires that you need to bundle together into a wire nut. And that's when the larger sizes come in play. So there you go. This one can handle 5 wires all going in there, terminating. So you can imagine having 5 of these versus just 1 of these. Well, I guess you wouldn't have 5 of these. I don't know what I'm getting at with this, but anyway, they take up a lot less space. Plus the fact, if you let's say you're doing a light fixture, if you ever want to replace it, instead of having to unscrew all those things, take tape off of it and all you got to do is just open the door back up and pull your wires out and make the changes you want, and then just close them back up. These are reusable. And I think these go from 24 gauge wire down to 10 gauge, I believe. Can't remember. Something like that. But they make different sizes. Got 3 wire here. Of course, the most common one is the 2 wire. So I believe, you know, you can use low voltage or like 110, 12 volt, 24 volt, 110. I'm not sure about 220 though. So I will need 6 of those to make this termination. And the way that goes on the wall is I've got to mount this guy here vertically, and then once that's on the wall, these 2 holes on the back here, I guess you just line them up, push that on, and then slide down and it locks into place. At least that's what I'm hoping. And the really neat thing about this is, of course, it being a Bluetooth, you download an app for Android or iOS, and you can control it via the Bluetooth. And from what I understand, the range on these is really good. People were able to turn on their furnace or their air conditioners if you have enough battery power, solar, or you have an onboard generator. But you can actually turn it on from your car. So as you're traveling, before you get to your destination, if you'd like to have the inside of the coach somewhat cool or hot, depending on what kind of environment you're in, you can do that right from the comfort of your car. Or so I've been told. I hope this is all in focus, because I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be an upcoming video that I'm going to do. It'll be just a separate video, not one of these home vlogs. And I might go over some of these same things that I did right now. And but anyway, yeah, that's it. We're going to get ready to go for our nightly walk. The sun is setting. It's a beautiful sunset, and I'll let you guys enjoy that while we're walking. You know what, before I let you guys go, I was looking at the instructions, which I have not looked at yet, and they're showing the connectors on here, and they actually have an amp part number for both of them. So I think I might see if I can order that, and then instead of having to cut these wires and use these connectors, I can just crimp them onto another connector on the other end and then just plug them in, and I can have it so I can remove this in the future if I need to. I have to think about that. Maybe I'll do that.